going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Godly Potential YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be talking about the higher self, explaining what the higher self is and how you can get help from the higher self. Before I get into that, though, pretty much want to do a shameless plug to my Etsy store. On my Etsy store, I sell an array of products from spiritual tools to spiritual apparel. Spiritual apparel ranges from shirts, backpacks, some jewelry, and multiple shirt designs. They're all pretty dope if you ask me, because I designed it. But yeah, you got the apparel and you also got tools. We got altar sets on there, altar kits, right? Ready-made altar kits. It comes with everything you need except for water, but you can add that, right? But everything else is included. You pretty much order it. Once it arrives, you find a place in your home, set it up there, boom, you got it. It comes with instruction manual, everything. It comes with everything you need, right? All the questions are answered. We have that. We have the spiritual cleansing spray, right? The Godly Potential Cleansing Spray. Gets rid of all that negative energy, all that low vibrating energy around you, right? Cleanses the energy field. We have Godly Potential High Vibration Oil, right? Which is, it has Motivite as well as Herkimer Diamond in there, which are two extremely high vibrating crystals that will pretty much help you with raising your frequency of yourself or whatever you're anointed with. Dream work, like out this world, your dreams are going to enhance, become more vivid, and you'll be able to, through the process of pretty much repeating this, you'll be able to lucid dream, which ultimately, then once you get the lucid dream, you can then begin to astral project, then astral projection, you begin to astral travel, and then who knows what you can do from there. What else do we have? I offer Reiki sessions on there, as well as spiritual cleansing baths, and also have a pretty much a manifestation kit that's coming. Like, I've been working on this for a few weeks now. Like, it's real intricate, but this thing generates so much energy in a centralized location that if you were to pretty much make a sigil, write down your goals or whatever, and place it under this, all that energy is just funneled right into this certain area, and it just constantly generate energy for you to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest, be it long-term or short-term goals. Okay, it's analogous to, let's say you want to collect let's say you want to start a fire with a magnifying glass. Well, this kit that I'm creating, essentially what it's doing, it's making this into a magnifying glass. Like I said, if you want to use fire, right? Let's say you have a magnifying glass and you have the sunlight. Well, what happens when you put that magnifying glass in direct sunlight and you have that beam going to a certain spot? What happens? All that energy from the sunlight is pretty much shrunken down into that one fine point, and all the energy goes into that one consolidated area, and it causes fire because there's so much energy there. Well, this kit that I'm creating is no different, but that hasn't been released yet. You can pretty much expect that in the coming week. But yeah, that's enough of that. On to the video. So, what is the higher self? Okay, now this is just my definition. I'm pretty sure you can find different definitions everywhere you look. This is just my examples of what it is. I don't think there is one definition, like it's a Webster dictionary. But this is the Godly Potential answer. So the higher self is that part of you that is infinite. It is not finite like you and I in the physical flesh. It is that part of you that's infinite. Is that part of you that is intricately connected to the divine and has never left the divine. It always is attached to it. It's that part of you that has lived in, that was with you in every single lifetime, every single incarnation, right? Whether you're on Atlantis, Lemuria, your star seed from a different star system, you were here back in the ancient days. Hell, maybe you're from the future, right? It was with you the whole time. That's the higher self. The higher self that has no lack of resources or abundance or energy. It's that part of you that can create anything that it wants to. It's the part of you that is essentially the subconscious mind, if you ask certain individuals. It is simply put, it is the godly part of you. Okay? That is the higher self. It is quite the opposite of the lower self. The lower self is attached to the ego. It is finite. It doesn't move with you throughout lifetimes. It is fixed in one incarnation or one level of existence. So, the higher self is that God part of you. Okay, that is basically what the higher self is, right? So, how does one get help or guidance or aid from the higher self? Well, it's pretty simple. I mean, I believe that you can be pretty much removed from the higher self, but that would just, I believe, this is just me making assumptions here, to be honest with you. But I believe the only way you can have your connection severed from you and the higher self is through a extremely powerful hex, or basically, yeah, I mean that's all. That's the only reason I believe. Or yeah, the hex, as well as you can also get your shit captured from. Let's say you're dealing with some fucked up entities, and you want to make a bet type of deal, right? A fragment of you, a soul fragment, can be taken away. I mean, it's not going to sever completely the connection to the higher self, but it can affect it. Like I said, this is just my opinion. So the way you can get help from the higher self, first know that you're always attached to it. 9 times out of 10, unless you just wrong someone. Okay. So if you're always attached to it, all you simply have to do is ring the line. Pick up the phone and call them, because they're always attached. However, it's similar to the guardian angel. Well, they're slightly different. They're different in the fact that the guardian angel, from my understanding, won't intervene unless you call upon it. The higher self will intervene and step in, but let's say you need something in that instance, you can call upon the higher self, and you can be granted that. So how does one do this? Okay. Well, simply, you want to just get into a meditative state briefly, if you can, if that's possible, and just close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Still your mind as much as possible. Become present in the now. Just put your awareness on your breath and what's pretty much the sensation of the body. Settle. You want to settle. Once you're still and settled as much as possible, simply call up the higher self and say, higher self, send blank. Okay? Higher self, send clarity. Now. Right? Higher self, send guidance now. Higher self, send protection. Right? Whatever it is that you desire or require, simply ask for it. Because like I said, the higher self is infinite. It doesn't lack It doesn't have a finite amount of energy. It is infinite in that regard. Just like the universe, the cosmos, there is no shortage of energy, right? Just like there's no shortage of anything. There's no shortage of money. There's no shortage of love. There's no shortage of good people. There's no shortage of bad people, right? There's no shortage. So you and I, we may lack energy, right? We may have been up running around all day, been up 3 days straight, working out, dealing with stuff that's mentally draining, dealing with stuff that's physically draining, um, dealing with issues that's emotionally draining. We're tapped or we're zapped of energy, right? We have a certain reservoir of energy for each day, so to speak. However, the higher self doesn't. So you can simply call up that higher self and you will experience something. Now, when I do this, the sensation that I experience is immediately when I call up the higher self and ask for whatever it is I'm asking for, I immediately get chills. A lot of times in my crown chakra, I feel it open up and my energy will shift. Once you get that, if you get chills like I do, that's a physical sensation of your vibration changing. That's what's going on. Your vibration changing. You just received energy. You just received a download, whatever it is that you were requiring or asking for. Now, for a while, I would do this and I would think that this is, I'm like, is this real? Is this all in my head? Like, am I really feeling this energy? Or am I just making myself get these chills? Okay. So I did a little experiment. One night, after I was out drinking, or really just having a good time, I'd say. I hooked up with this chick, and we hung out. We had some fun or whatever, and later that night, I basically just called up my higher self, just asked for some cleansing energy, while I was pretty much holding on to this lady, this woman. And when I did it, I felt the sensation like I normally do, but she also had a response from it, right? She felt the energy and her body responded from that energy. So that is how I know that this thing is actually going on. Like, it's not just a mental thing, it's not just in your mind. This is a actual physical thing that's occurring when you calling up the higher self or any other spirit to send down energy. Okay. But yeah, that is my definition of what the higher self is. And that is how you can get help from the higher self. Another thing to get help from it is to simply listen to your intuition. That's essentially what it is. But that's all I got on this for now. If you got any further questions, be sure to drop in the comments. Like this video. Share if you feel like it help others. Subscribe for more. But until next time, I'm out. Peace.